American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem. Well, now we're up to the first solo hit by the man responsible for the Jefferson Airplane. His name is Marty Balin, and this is how he came to found one of the most popular American bands ever. It was back in 1965 that Marty Balin was the leader of a San Francisco folk group called the Town Criers. Because the group was new and wasn't really earning any money, the membership was always changing. But after a while, Marty Balin began to assemble a group of people who worked well together. There was a young guitar player named Paul Kantner, and other members included Skip Spence, Jorma Kaukonen, Jack Cassidy, and a female singer named Grace Slick. In time, Marty Balin's band stopped being a folk group and began to play rock music in the style of the Beatles. But existing clubs around San Francisco weren't interested in acts that played electric instruments, so Marty Balin opened his own club, a place in the Haight-Ashbury section of San Francisco called The Matrix. And it was at The Matrix that Marty Balin's band, now called Jefferson Airplane, made their debut, along with a lot of other famous San Francisco bands of the late 60s. Over the next years, the Jefferson Airplane became the Jefferson Starship, and Marty Balin sang with the band on and off until he finally left for a solo career in 1979. And at number 18 this week is Marty Balin's first solo hit. It's called Hearts.
American Top 40.
In the history of the album chart, that's 36 years now, there had been only two successful groups who've broken up, then got back together for a really big comeback, and had an album that went to number one. The Jefferson Airplane were a star act of the late 60s. In 71, they broke up. Then 3 years later, the main members, Grace Slick, Paul Kantner, and Marty Balin, reformed the group as the Jefferson Starship and resumed their winning ways in the charts. Their 1975 album, Red Octopus, hit number one on the LP chart. The other group that hit and split and hit again were the Bee Gees.
American Top 40.
Billboard ranks them and AT40 counts them down. I'm Casey Kasem. Now we're up to the latest hit by a group who had to open their own nightclub just to have a place to play. They're the Jefferson Starship, but back then in the 60s in San Francisco, they were the Jefferson Airplane. And here's their story. In the middle 60s, Marty Balin and Paul Kantner were playing in different groups around the city singing folk songs. But when the Beatles happened, Marty and Paul wanted to form a rock group. The only problem was nightclubs weren't quite ready for rock. They still wanted folk or Las Vegas-type lounge acts, which forced rock and roll acts to play in huge ballrooms or dingy bars. So the musicians decided they'd have to open up their own nightclub. Not a fancy downtown club, but a place put together on a shoestring. They got some friends to back them, and they found a cheap storefront. Marty says, "We built it up, painted it up, and fixed it up." I remember Paul and I staying up all night working on the stage, figuring out how big it should be for the band. We did everything to our own specifications. End of quote. When that club called The Matrix opened, the newly formed Jefferson Airplane became the house band. Few months later, still in 1965, the Airplane became the first San Francisco rock band to be signed by a major record label. And in the 7 years that followed, they had scored with 8 top 20 albums and a string of hit singles. In 1974, after a few membership changes, the band became the Jefferson Starship and had even greater success, which they're still enjoying. Their latest hit debuts at number 38 this week. Here's the Jefferson Starship and Winds of Change. From Hollywood, I'm Casey Kasem with American Top 40's special presentation of the Triathlon of Rock and Roll. Back in 1965, this next singer at number 37 owned a club in San Francisco called The Matrix, and he hired several musicians to play as his house band. Then he sang with that band when they began to hit the chart in the 60s with songs like Somebody to Love. That group, the Jefferson Airplane, flew into the 70s as the Jefferson Starship, and it was the former club owner who handled lead vocals on their soft rock hits like Miracles. And in the 80s, Marty Balin became a solo act. Here he is at number 37 in our special countdown. Marty Balin with his big hit in the 80s, Hearts.
American Top 40!
You've got the pulse of the pop world, American Top 40, and I'm Shadow Stevens. Now, here's that update on one of the most famous San Francisco rock bands of the 60s. Top 40 fans knew them from their psychedelic top 10 hits like White Rabbit and this one.
Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you
From 1967, that's the top 10 hit, Somebody to Love by Jefferson Airplane. The group was founded in 1965 by Marty Ballin and Paul Kantner and included Grace Slick, Skip Spence, Jack Cassidy, and Jorma Kaukonen. Grace and Paul got married during that lineup, and the band was doing great. And then things began to fall apart in the early 70s. Jack, Jorma, and Skip left. The group recruited new members, and in 1975 became Jefferson Starship. Then Paul Kantner and Grace Slick divorced, and by the 80s, Paul was the only original band member, and there was a lot of fighting over the music. Paul left and sued everybody. He won the right to use the name Jefferson, and the band had to rename themselves Starship. Next, Grace Slick came back and joined Starship, but then she quit last year. Now, after all these years, some of the original members of Jefferson Airplane, including Grace and Paul, recently played a few club dates in San Francisco, and they decided to officially reform. They're even going to make a new record. That's an AT40 update on the famous 60s band Jefferson Airplane.